Thumper the Rabid Rabbit. Welcome to day 10. It's May on Rabid Rabbit Farms. We got a winner today. Look at this. We had not one, not two, not three, not four, but five. All five of the fields with grass popped today. And they're all ready for harvest. And we have a couple of juicy looking contracts as well. So we may be able to get a little closer to that goal of grinding out $100,000 in contracts in a day to help pay off the loan. At least this is a good start. Hopefully we'll get a bunch more contracts later in the day, but I will want to prioritize the day with harvesting all those grass fields because the quicker we get those turned over, the more likely it is that we can get another cycle of grass through before it's harvest time for the hay field. And I want to turn over the larger field from grass into barley. So gotta see if we can get a harvest out of that before having to plant it. Finance is not terrible. Interest last night was only $650, so it's trivial, but we're still going to see if we can pay off more of that today. So let's not mess around. Let's get right to the harvesting. And those silage bales right there should probably be ready to sell today too. So we're going to make a bunch of silage, new silage bales here. And we should be able to sell a couple of those off and actually get a little income out of those. So that'll be a good thing. So I'm just going to accelerate through the mowing and harvesting process of these fields because there's a lot of it to do. And then I'll come back with you in just a few minutes and we'll see how we did. Oh yeah, that came out better than I had planned. 33 silage bales out of just that one new field. That's at 5,500 liters a bale. That's coming out to $180,000 or almost $50,000, over $50,000 that we're gonna get once that those silage bales ferment from that one field from one harvest. That's good money. We're going to grab these silage bales here from the other fields that we got last time. Those are ready to go. They're fully fermented, so we'll go turn those in and get some cash. But yeah, we're going to get another harvest out of the new field. So that's going to be over $100,000 that we should be able to make off those two harvests. I'll be curious to see. In a normal year, we could probably get 3, maybe even 4 grass harvests out of that big field. I wonder how that would stack up against one barley harvest. I kind of want the barley for another reason, but I am genuinely curious how the economics work out on that. So as we do, the grass will regrow itself, but we got to roll it under so that we get our full fertilizer value. And it starts regrowing right away. And otherwise, we're going to be a couple months away. In the meantime, there are these contracts to pick up today. We got the baling, some fertilizing, some spraying. So we're going to knock out all the contracts we can and hope that some more pop up before the end of the day. And see how much money we can make towards that loan today. Exhausted all the contracts. We'll be watching for more. Hopefully some more will pop up before the end of the day, but I'm going to take advantage of the low weight on these egg pallets to just throw them by hand into the truck and run them over. I found if you wait until we get past 2 stacks of eggs, they actually then exceed that 200 kilogram weight limit, and then I have to go get the loader to put them on the truck. So if I catch them before they get too heavy, I can just toss them in and run them over here. The fast food place tends to have a pretty good price, and it's convenient and easy. So that's $1,500 in eggies from the chicken coop there. Easy peasy. All right, well, we're a stage short of growth here, so it's probably going to be not next month, but most likely July, where we're going to be harvesting grass again and wheat. So it's going to be a very busy harvest in July. June's probably going to be all contracting then, but that's fine. Maybe we can do better on contracting tomorrow than we did today. I've been fast forwarding through the day and no more contracts have come up. So I think we're going to have to settle for only getting ahead by 30,000 a day, which is pretty good. Between the various expenses we had, the contract income, we also got our property income. That's 4,000 from the turbine, 9,000 from the greenhouses, 1,300 from those 13,000 from the silage bales. And we'll still get a little more greenhouse and turbine income before the end of the day. So yeah, between all of that, we're ahead. I think we may actually get ourselves another $5,000 before we hit midnight. So if that happens, I'm just going to cut in and repay off another 5,000 just to minimize the interest impact. But otherwise, we're going to time lapse right through the night. And because this video is so short, I'm going to go right into day 11, which is June, because we're not really expecting a whole lot of activity there other than some contracting. So let's jump right into day 11 and see what we got, because I don't think we're going to have any tasks or anything to harvest today. Quick check. There's our grass fields. Things are looking good. But, yep, everything's dark green. Yeah, it's going to be a big harvest day for July. But we do have contracts, so that's great. So I'm going to grab all of these. It's not a whole heck of a lot, but there is one harvesting contract. So, and that's barley. So that's going to be great. I'm going to zip through all these fertilizing contracts and then come back, and I think I'll show the harvest but I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the fertilizing because that's not going to be all that interesting. They're all pretty small fields. So here we are on our barley harvesting contract that I skipped ahead to. So we've got the combine running with a AI farmer. And I just have to come out here and try to keep up. I used borrowed equipment, so I got this little tractor and small trailer, so I'm not sure. I only have to go over to the Feed South place, so at least it's not too far. But this is going to be a few cycles to get through this contract. And then at the end, we're going to have, I'm sure, a little bit left. Just take right over to the grain silo to sell on the train. Now here's where it gets interesting. I am back with my baler because I added a mod that allows me to pick up the straw from contracted harvests with a harvester. So I'm picking up the hay, making hay bales for myself, and just snagging these for later. Now, I'm thinking my next animal project is going to be pigs, and I'll need hay for manure. So I'm just going to grab these and dump them on my pad over here and keep them for later. It also inspired me to go take my little red tractor and buy that little wagon that I wanted. Also a mod. I just saw that in the mod shop and loved this small little flatbed. So I decided it was time to pick that up for two reasons. One, I'm just grabbing it now so I can grab this other bale. This was left over in the baler. It was a different size, so I couldn't pick it up with my automatic bale loader. So I just grabbed this for fun. Took it over to the animal dealer. I always forget the name of that place, the animal dealer, and just sold it off. It was only a couple $100, no big deal. But more importantly, now that I have this flatbed trailer, I had originally bought the pickup truck thinking I could use it for wood, and it turned out to be too small for wood, so I kept it as an easy way to just snag the egg pallets and run them over to the store. But it's really not worth having for that. So instead, I'm going to use this flatbed for the eggs, and I'm just going to take the truck and sell it off because it's worth a good $20,000+. And also, I'm taking my mowing equipment and selling that off as well because I'm going to buy a new, nicer mower for tomorrow. So that is going to just about do it for day 11 for June. And I'm going to just wrap up here because the real action is going to come tomorrow, July. If all goes as planned, our 4 grass fields should be ready to harvest, so we'll be picking up a new front mower and rear mower that has the windrower built in. So that's exciting. We'll have a much easier, faster time, I hope, harvesting all 5 of the grass fields. And if it's anything like last time, we're going to end up with, gosh, another 100,000 plus worth of potential silage there. And of course, then it'll be our wheat harvest. It'll be the first time we get to harvest our wheat field. So it'll be interesting to see what we're able to pull out of that. And we'll also get a bunch of hay bales. So we might sell off a load of those. Hopefully, we will end up getting ourselves enough money back tomorrow to finally pay off this loan, because we should be able to sell the first round of silage bales we picked up a couple months ago. Those should all be fermented. We'll have all that wheat, and we'll have all that hay from field 31. And then, of course, a bunch of cleanup work to do to turn all those fields over and get them ready for planting for the next season. So I think that just about wraps up for the day. Here's a quick look at our finances. Came out in the positive a lot, mostly from selling those vehicles off, but we did get a little bit of contract income, and of course our usual greenhouse and wind turbine revenue, which is now consistently, gosh, about 15 grand a day, which is fantastic. So that'll do it for day 10 and 11 on Rabid Rabbit Farms for this episode. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you'll join me for day 12, the very busy July. I hope I can get all that harvesting in before we run out of daylight. And just taking all our money to pay off the loan we can. And that's it for tonight. Take care.